2325.
5.
Can you imagine it
You're
being
now on to
23,
April.
25? Like
It's been-
300 years from
It's
now.
been 300 years since our last session. Does anyone remember what happened?
You remember.
Back in my day.
Last thing I remember, last thing I remember is that I went downtown.
Last session, we were just, what were we doing?
We celebrated our victory, and something about tombstones. I don't want to get into.
But he's
Yeah.
inspired to become a dentist and make
Oh god, the guy's teeth.
dentures.
Yeah.
His tooths, even.
Toofsies. All 2 of them.
You pulled the guy's teeth out there.
We
Did we take a long
met
rest?
up.
We didn't, did we?
It looks like I've had a long.
I remember we were
did take a long rest.
supposed to, but
No, we did not.
did we?
We did.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
that we did out of game, but we didn't actually have done it. You haven't done it in game yet. I think that's
Wait.
because I
We
don't
just
remember
did.
in game.
We ended
just
the
did.
session with it longer.
Okay.
Okay.
We
I thought
ended
that
last
was-
session with a long rest, did we?
Okay, my bad.
Confirmed.
I have no idea
Okay, then
why
we
my
should-
camera keeps
I
fucking
need
up.
to do it then. Because I don't have my points.
Right.
Fix
Whatever.
that. Maximum
that.
health. Ready to go.
All right. I'll try to do some stuff with sound. I don't know why my camera is extremely laggy right now. At least it's in
Depends on
sync, but it's
spells.
like dropping frames.
Oh yeah, it is. It's not big, eh?
I will say my connection is yellow in Discord. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Probably Discord then.
Might do.
That one did
Yeah.
turn yellow, but it's in the green now.
Okay, mine's green. If yours is yellow, then the server
Yeah, it's a
must be
Discord issue.
It's whoever. I think it's whoever connects first or something, or who's in here first, isn't it? That it goes via. Yeah, so that's why.
It shouldn't.
ping is-
That is true, but I was here
Oh.
first.
That's weird.
So-
Then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got the music today for Chef because he's in
Oh, it's green.
a
now.
hotel.
Oh,
Okay.
hotel chef.
Are we
Everything's
ready
set.
to go, Rob?
Yes.
All right. Well, last time the party met briefly with the alchemist Virelia, the master alchemist who Mesh had stolen from in the past, and from her and others you kind of learned that the petrified people of Barovia were able to observe their, very immediate surroundings as they were petrified, and now some of them are starting to hold some grudges. And as people do, the people are talking a little bit more and sharing who they should be holding grudges against. And as you so gleefully announced, you guys are some of the pirates that were also seen pilfering a few different times within this small town. But last session you were hot on the trail of the saboteurs of Brascantos, and you found a gold trail that led from the burgomaster Vasily Petrova to the barkeep Beef Krylum, and to his brother the bishop Garrett Krylum. Deep under Vasily's house, the party met with the information broker Baron, who traded some information. And you paid some information on the family of Grimm, the Fairwind family, and before you leave town in the morning, a runner is able to deliver you a letter for Grimm, who tucks it away in his jacket for now and says, "I'll read it later." It's morning now. You're in the manor. The unhappy sobs of Vasily from upstairs still can be heard every once in a while. Doesn't sound like he slept too well this last night.
They sound like
But the day review.
We basically, as a group, need to make it over to some water to get to our intended destination.
We just go
On
to the
the
pirate
plot
camp
a course.
and get a trip from there, right?
We have to return, yeah.
sounds good.
The two kind of options are, yeah, the pirate camp, or you could go directly to the edge of the Serre Pool, or maybe all the way south to Ilvis Swamp.
What would be at the what would be the reason to go to the pirate camp right now?
It's next to the water. We can go around. We don't actually have to go into the camp. We can just go to the Serre Pool instead.
We
Oh,
have,
I need to get the map
Access
up.
to the pirate ship movement thingy.
Where are we again?
Barovia,
It's right next to
where the tokens are.
below where the castle is.
Why can I not see it on here?
It's on the far right side of the map.
Oh yeah, I don't know, the maps.
Well, as you begin to head west out of the town, I need a D20 for the travel for the day.
I got it. 18.
18? Okay. Are you heading across the bridge to the pirates camp, or just trying to skirt the river and follow it to the larger body of water?
So you mean this, so go near the pirate camp to this Serre, I don't know how to pronounce that, Serre Pool, and then we can do the fast travel from there. That's the nearest place, isn't it? Otherwise it's going to that swamp. Can it be done from the swamp?
You don't know.
Okay, just because we don't know, and like we're gonna waste our time going all the way there, we might as well go to the next nearest body of water, the pool.
Alright, you're able to make it to the edge of the Serre Pool. I'm assuming you just headed due west.
Pretty much.
The forest is murky and gloomy and otherwise quiet.
Are we on the
I believe
pirate
Janus has a
campsite?
sending stone to try to summon the Admiral.
Are we near the? Are we next to the pirate camp, or are we on where the trees are?
You can see it in the distance, but you're to the north of it right now.
Okay.
So are we actually at the water's edge now?
Yeah.
And from what I recall, with the sending stone that's with the captain, does that mean that I have to contact her in order to use the ships?
You do. It's
Okay.
her ship, after all.
All right. I'll just turn to everyone and ask if they're ready. I want to make a call.
Let's go.
I'm gonna brace myself.
I'll kind of just kneel at the
wait.
water's edge with the rock and wait.
Will I be okay?
Oh yeah, what about Chamilla?
We're
What do you
going
think
from
of her?
still water.
I'm
Is
okay
it
with
still
Stillwater,
water?
yes.
Okay.
I'm
'cause
more
this is
worried
like
about
a
him, and I
low
point to Renok, who's afraid of being in water at all.
You can hold my hand if you'd
being
like.
very quiet. Oh, you don't want me to
Here.
do that.
Wait, but we
you-
don't have
okay,
to
you
get
can
in the
hold
water.
I
do
hold
we?
it without really paying attention to how hard I hold it.
There.
We're all doing things we don't want to do here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just.
Man.
The captain says it'll take maybe an hour or two to get the crew ready and depart, but they'll be there in a few hours.
I'll let her know
Do you have anything
our
you wanna do
intended
in-
target basically is
downtime?
south of the
Yeah.
the druid camp. Lake Luna Lake. And if they would be so kind as to
So
drop
she's
us on the
not
north side.
familiar, but the sending stone is kind of relaying the message. She's not familiar, but she's sure that if it exists, she can take us there, or she can take you there.
We await your arrival.
What should we do whilst we're waiting? If it's going to take over an hour, he said maybe a few hours. So we've got
Rock,
some
paper,
time to
scissors?
kill. Well, what are we deciding between? Using rock, paper, scissors.
You can focus on like a downtime action kind of thing. If you want to hone a skill, try to find something in the forest, play in the water,
like,
have a bit of a beach day.
Like, maybe if we need material, like, say if I need materials for a spell, I need to do something for a spell. I can't think of anything like that now, but like, well, I have to look through my spells, but like something like that.
I'm going to draw.
No one has anything now, and think of something later and then retroactively do it. But we can just again.
I'm going to
Go ahead,
draw
Camilla.
the plans for my coffin in my journal.
Oh yeah, we can.
Giant diamond here.
Wait, what do we need to do? I'll ask you in character. What do we need to do to construct the coffin? Is it just wood?
I think it's just a coffin.
Just a regular coffin? Nothing.
Well, it
wood?
should be special because of who's in it.
So
Well,
wood.
I think you know what I mean, like the construction.
If you
Is
have
it
to be
just-
technical, then yes, it can be just a plain old coffin.
Just made of wood and
Yes,
nails.
yes. A plain old coffin.
Okay.
But if we
Yeah.
get one of those, we better
There are trees.
change it.
Well, we need to find a
Takes axe.
carpenter. Unless anyone
Is
here
it
has
canoe technically
carpentry.
a coffin?
No.
We just put a lid on it.
We'll have to burn you afterwards with an arrow.
You don't want to be in that type of coffin. You need a closed one. Does anyone have any carpentry skills?
Nope.
Well, in
You-
that case, we will need to find and employ a carpenter to make it. But
We could just find one.
a carpenter. Yeah.
I meant
But
a coffin. We just find a coffin somewhere. It has to be empty, of course. I would not steal it from somebody.
I was going to ask.
You want a used coffin? I mean, how would you
Not a
just
used
find
coffin, a coffin that's made at a coffin shop. Or just lying around somewhere, I don't know.
Renok thinks really hard. Have I seen a coffin shop in my
coffin
travels?
You know, you
think
just
we'll
go to the local coffin shop.
I think like just a carpenter. Wouldn't that be the
I'm
best
sure.
bet to find a carpenter would be at a pirate camp or in Barovia, to be honest. Well, the pirate.
If
camp,
Renok
actually,
is serious about digging through his memories about a coffin shop, he can make a history check to see
I
if he's
actually
seen
want to
one.
do that, yeah.
I know that we found that stone coffin earlier, but that's out of the question.
I got a
You don't want a
17.
stone coffin? I mean, it'd be pretty.
I do.
Well,
that
you
one
did
that
see
possessed
one.
by
You saw one
difficult
in
to transport
Krezik.
that.
Krezik.
But you know, we have one in Crescent. I for some reason remember this, even though it's not irrelevant to me whatsoever. You could go back there and get you a coffin from the coffin shop.
Sounds good.
There's
It's
a
not called a coffin shop.
rumbling in
It's called
the
coffin shop. The coffin shop
waters
is the name
begin
of the
to
place.
stir.
Ooh.
A whirlpool forms, and the waters kind of recede from the edges of this whirlpool, and as if kind of on an escalator, a large bluish blackened ship emerges from the water, bearing the kind of telltale armored scales that match Maefyre now and some of the other patterns. But the hull of this ship is reinforced with these scales now, and it rises up off the top of this escalator and settles not too far offshore. You can see a dinghy being lowered that begins to paddle towards shore, and one nameless crewman pulls it up onto the shore and like, I'll take you to the ship.
Why, thank you, crewman number 1.
You hop in the little dinghy and onto the row back out to the larger boat and climb up some rope ladders on the side of the ship. Find yourself on the, you're as you get closer to the ship, you actually see that it is well armed with like some multiple cannon banks on either side of the ship. So it's a little bit daunting to be paddling up to this much larger ship in this tiny dinghy. But you get to the ship without problem and climb up the sides onto the deck without issue. The admiral is standing at the besides the helmsman and just kind of looks at you expectantly. You said the Luna Lake. Do you have a map that shows where that might be? Otherwise, we can head there now.
Yeah, I pull out a map.
She kind of studies the map, clearly not super aware of the larger land of Barovia at this moment, but notes down all of the water's locations. Kind of looks at the Ilvis swamp and looks at that one as like, trying to figure out if different places are travelable, it seems. Luna Lake, all the way to the southwest, then.
I'll also
Alright,
mention
contact...
as, like, in passing, that there's a manor for the Driscolls that we're gonna need probably in the coming days or week. We'll probably need to go up to Lake Zarovich at some point to quickly get up there. And also, this small pool by Ravenloft and Krezik are other notes of places that we'd like to probably utilize. So I'll just basically be, as she's studying the map, I'll be like, so we want to go here. We're probably going to need to double back to Eden to get to this little encampment at some point. And then once we find what we're looking for here, we could either double back to Krezik by virtue of this pool, or we can go to Zarovich to check in at the manor. But these are basically the only places we know of at the moment, and I was unsure if we could reach you at the swamp, but that's also over here.
I can explore and see if I can find a place to surface at the swamp. You have a few other places circled here by the waterfall. I don't know if we can get there, but I can check as well.
That would be
now,
advantageous.
Shall we depart to leave a
Do we need to go under deck, or how's this thing work?
Oh, well, you'll see. She
don't like that.
Closes her eyes in concentration and reaches out across the void, across time and space, to contact Azrael, who reopens the whirlpool, and the ship, kind of starts moving down into this deep, dark, watery tunnel slowly, but it picks up speed. It's, like a ship in free fall. The waterfall gets steeper, and the ship is, angling downwards very swiftly now, moving faster. It's like the Willy Wonka scene where they're going on the cleaner, and then the boat ride there where things are just moving faster. The light fades behind you and the whirlpool closes. You are progressing deeper and deeper underwater. It's blackening. You go from being able to see the deck of the ship to you can only see your hand a foot in front of your face to pitch blackness. People with dark vision can't even see anything in this deep, dark, black, crushing environment.
There's no earthly way of knowing which direction this boat is going.
The water is now cascading around you. It sounds like you're in the middle of a waterfall on this short trek. And then, kind of in an instant, there's a pinprick of light in the distance. Another whirlpool is opening up in front of you, and the ship levels out and then begins to angle back upwards. The whirlpool widens and the ship reemerges on the surface of an unfamiliar lake with high mountains kind of arcing upwards in all directions around it. To the north begins a forest where a much larger tree looms ominously deep into these woods. The little boatsman reemerges and says, if you're ready to go to shore, let me know. The captain gives a curt nod. And you find yourselves on the shores of Luna Lake.
I'm gonna assume the entire trip I was just quiet and just holding on to whatever I could.
Just imagine that I'm singing the rowing song. Like,
Yeah.
on which way the river's going? Is it raining? Is it
I
snowing?
imagine I'm trying to distract the two of you who are scared with like some card games or something that we play on our trips.
I'm doing the voice of the cold from Slay the Princess. Heart, liver, lungs, and just carrying on repeating that over and over.
The boatman kind of asks you, do you have any particular shore you want to head to?
It would be preferable if you could take us on the west side of the river and go as far north as you can to get to that river. We have a little bit of a problem when it comes to rivers for whatever reason. And I don't know how fast this one's running.
Kind of grumbles, could have picked a closer spot, but he'll take you.
Hey, listen, I didn't drive the big boat.
It's a little bit more of a journey. And it's, probably mid-afternoon at this point. The ship lingers in the lake for a little bit behind you, waiting for the little boatman to head back to. He's paddling out to it for a while.
The dinghy man. All right.
Dinghy man?
Yeah, because he's rowing a dinghy.
Dinghy man.
Dinghy man. Oh, man, bye. All right. As we exit, I'll just say, appreciate you paddling along for us, sir. I'll be seeing you again.
He's just huffing and puffing at this point. It's just like, yeah, I appreciate me too.
Well, you could have asked for some assistance. We would have taken turns.
Appreciated too. Well, and it's very kind of you, now that I've already dropped you off and I'm turning around, to do this trip alone.
Have a good time.
I'll give him for 5.
What's your name, sir?
You should have the person employing him give him the money.
You can call me Griffin.
Griffin.
Griffin, how many drinks would you like this evening?
From the boatman.
Within reason.
7.
That's how many silver I'll give you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll mark
This
it off.
makes the row that much. He departs with your 7 silver and Goldie's 5 gold, or Renok's 5 gold.
I thought I was being polite.
I mean, you were being polite.
You
I'm
are-
saying that
Just
you should get
don't-
paid by his person.
Just don't forget about us. You know, we might need him in the future. I don't want to drown. Again.
Neither do I. Again.
After he's like out of earshot and stuff, I'll just
I mean,
turn to
did you- have
Goldy
you-
or
you
Renok
have?
and just say
You have
like,
drowned before? You said again. Renok? Renok. We'll be talking about this later. I heard that slip of the tongue.
Can we go now? I still
We
see
can,
the water.
but we will be talking about this.
we got a ways to walk,
Steel
so
trap.
better start talking.
So, about this drown again. Situation.
It's not a big deal. It happened when I was a young a little kid.
Okay.
Drown
yes.
again. What do you mean?
Oh, I
He's
was.
going into it.
It's not even a big deal. I just. There was a child there, and I was trying to go help him. It's no one I knew, and I didn't know how to swim, and I thought I could just jump in and grab him, and I sank like a rock, like a Renok. Haha. And well, yeah, that's the story. They had to fish me out after the kid.
It's very noble. So, did you die?
No, I mean, no, I don't know. I did
You
no.
sink and drown and go like unconscious.
Well, to be fair, when I sank, my immediate thought was, I'm thinking, that's not good. So I tried to walk my way up, and I realized I can't do that. This is after the point I realized I couldn't actually swim. So I just kind of sat there at the bottom thinking, what to do. So, you know, I tried
I shouldn't be laughing at this, but this is really entertaining.
I tried to jump and jump and jump, and then everything just went dark. And next thing I know, this beast of a man was over me, and I was okay. I was breathing, and I saw the kid was okay, and then everyone started yelling at me. So that's about it.
Well, I can see why you're scared of the water now.
Yes.
How old were you when this happened?
Oh, I don't know, 6 or 7. I was quite young. Mother wasn't too happy with me.
Makes sense. Well, I'm glad that you are here today. And that you still have the heart of someone who wants to rescue people. Just... I hope you learned a lesson that day.
No, oh, I did. When it comes to water, don't save anyone.
If you can't do it, don't try it. Well, I suppose that's not really true, is it?
No.
Well,
If it endangers your life, don't try it.
well, I'm sorry to say that's a lesson I will not learn.
Have you
Renok,
since
are you
learnt to
from
swim?
Barovia?
No.
Where are you from?
Didn't write that part of my character down.
That's okay. I didn't say I was from Barovia, and the story made it so that I was. So you
Well,
might be. without
there's
even
a
knowing it.
striking resemblance to Renok's story and the child that keeps appearing near water.
Gasp! You're the child, or the child you're trying to rescue was the child, and he lured you to your almost death.
I don't want mine to be right. I am. I am not. Huh.
Right, but surely you'd know where
I
that
don't-
happened. We know
I don't
exactly where
know.
that child. We know exactly where that place where the child is. Was it there that happened?
To be honest with you, the whole memory is a bit blurry. All I remember was seeing a child
As you're
in the water, jumping.
thinking of the child, you do look over back through a few. You're at the kind of the edge of the woods, and you can see a small child playing in the edge of the water,
Again?
about where you were dropped off from the boat. But you're descending deeper into the forest. Through some gaps in the trees, you can make out a much larger tree somewhere deeper in the forest, and you kind of head in that direction. But the leaves get thicker and thicker, and the canopy is now blotting out most of the sun, and you can't really see the massive tree anymore. But you can kind of make a best guess in which direction to go. But I do need a survival check from, I'll say, 2 people to see if you guys can carve out the correct direction through these woods.
I have a plus
I'll
one.
do it. I have a +3 on survival.
I've got a plus
Okay.
4, and I have advantage if
shut
it's
up.
on certain people. Would the druids count as fey beings? Or undead
Fey
beings?
No.
Okay. Well, then no
I
advantage
thought you
will be
said
had.
vapings.
Okay, great.
The
That's a
druids probably
10.
do vape.
Damn it.
And then
I got a 10 as well.
we have 2 10s. Okay. The air is getting more damp and cool, as if you were kind of deep underground. The canopy is now very stifling, and there's only a few random rays of sunlight that are still bringing light to this deep grove.
I'm gonna
The-
look for any new ingredients for potions since we're in a different kind of woods.
Give me a nature check. But the shadows are growing deeper, small, pale, rather than robust, hardy
13.
colored animals. 13. Why don't you add like 2 potion ingredients that are kind of generic? But the animals here are pale and foreign looking. The snakes and lizards are whitish rather than green to hide in the canopies. Things here don't need camouflage. They've just been devoid of sun exposure. The ground becomes murkier with water not evaporating as easily in the warm sunlight, and you're starting to sink into the ground with each step. The muck sucks at your boots, and you're pulling them up somewhat constantly. You travel now for a while, and the shadows are darkening even further. The rare glimpses of sun are now fading to darkness. You thought you were going in the correct direction, but it seems like maybe you weren't as accurate as you initially thought. It's getting later in the evening now, and the rare glimpses of sun have shifted to through these tiny slivers. You can see that the moon has now risen, and it's glowing a deep red of a deep harvest moon.
Is the golem still with us? Did the golem?
Yeah, you still have the golem.
I would have ridden the golem then during that time, so I didn't have to squish in the muck.
I'm just
You-
talking with Maefyre about how our directions were supposed to have worked, and then we got turned around. I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't. Look, there's no moss here for me to even dictate which area is north. I can't figure out anything. I think I got turned around a couple. This should have been a straight shot, but those roots really kind of take it out of the direction. Trying to get out of this mud is hard.
You plod on a little bit and find another way to. You can finally find a gap in the tree cover where you can poke your head out and see that you've kind of shot past the large tree, and it's back behind you now a little bit. I think with your earlier check, you could probably make it there, but it would be late night by the time you get there. You've kind of left the area. There's more patches of solid ground on this side. If you head back into the deep woods, so to speak, it might be more difficult to camp there. But it is getting later and later in the evening. If you keep going, you'll probably take a point of exhaustion before you encounter the root, the base of the massive tree.
It's not suitable to rest where we are, is it?
Can we rest in the area that we
It's all-
just
it's all
found
good.
ourselves in?
Yeah.
Well, I'll kind of discuss this with Maefyre before we talk with the group, basically telling her, well, like kind of the conclusion that Chef gave us. And I'll just be like, well, I'm not entirely certain that it's that big of a problem that we ended up missing our target by a little bit. We can probably just take it easy for a day. We haven't really been able to do that much.
I don't think we have any
You
other
set up
choices
camp
at the moment.
in a-
so yeah.
Yeah.
kind of a thin patch that is bathed in this reddish orange moonlight. Everything is kind of has a reddish orange hue to it. You know, the lizards skittering around on the trees look orange now rather than white. There's howling in the distance, but seems quiet for now. You have a camp set up. Is there going to be a watch rotation, or are you just going to bed and hoping for the best?
I can
Yeah, I
take
can
first
take
watch.
first.
Oh, I'll take second
yeah.
then.
I guess I'll take third if there's even a third.
How many watches do we
actu-
need to have?
Actually, what I can do, since it's a new day, I can just use my animals to at least frighten any other creatures trying to get to us. I'm just gonna do
I'm
that.
sorry, what are you doing, Renok?
I'm just going to take out the bag of tricks and just have three creatures around us and just attempt to keep guard. That way, at the very least, it will deter anyone coming towards us, since many of us keeping watch.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but
Alright. You have some animals out, and
Wait.
then
Mesh,
Animals are
As long as they're
there.
quiet.
did you say anything in character?
yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
Animals can
if you pull them out before midnight,
Well, I mean,
Renok,
they don't smell or anything
disappear
like
as
that.
well.
They just look like them.
Yes,
There
but
won't
they
be any-
Well,
stick
they
out
disappeared
here.
at sunrise.
It will stick out
Mm.
here. So any natives that are not animals that come by this place and see that there are animals that are not pale and strange, like the ones that we see here, will notice that something is off.
Okay. If you think it's a bad idea, then I will not do it then.
I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it's an obvious one. Like if they were to be come across, or if I guess it wouldn't really matter either, because they would come to us and see
You'd see
people that
us.
are out here in a camp. So it kind of goes both ways.
I'm going to do it for the sake of it.
So be
I'm gonna
it.
take out
I'll
three-
take second watch. I'm going to bed.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll take fourth watch.
Okay. Two
You know what?
hellhounds.
Actually, I'm not going to watch. I've changed my number too many times. I'm sleeping the whole night. Good night.
I literally couldn't care less. Because
I will
you can
take
wake me up
a
whenever you
watch.
choose.
I will take a watch. Two hellhounds and a warhorse.
Okay. Mesh, did you say you had first watch?
Yep.
Oh,
Alright. Perception check.
I'll tell the creatures to pay attention to any orders from anyone here who's invisible here. So yeah, and then to keep guard if anything shows up. They will should alert one of us. Alright, cool. Off to bed.
Okay.
Mesh perception.
Perception. With or without advantage.
What would give you advantage?
The animals, I'm guessing.
I'm just kind of
Without.
Without 12 plus 2, 14.
Hellhounds have keen
14.
hearing and smell.
Yeah.
And the warhorse.
Mesh, the night is quiet and uneventful. The reddish orange glow continues to deepen to like a deep blood red, where everything is now red, kind of a dark crimson.
Before I wake up Janus, can I get
No sense.
to a high point on one of the trees and try to see if there's any activity at the big tree?
Sure. Still using the 14, you look out across, try to climb up a tree. Give me an acrobatics to see how high you can climb.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You are Tarzan of the jungle, swinging on a vine, leaping off the warhorse, backflip, and you are standing atop a solitary tree, one of the tallest around, and you are above it all, looking over this deep forest. The massive tree, emerges from the other trees all around it by a significant amount. And you can't see anything from the distance in the darkness, but you have a pretty clear idea of which way it is now and a good lay of the land. You do a Assassin's Creed style truck fall back to the ground, and a hay pile magically appears and catches you.
You hear a sound of a hawk go.
Who do you wake up?
Roll for
Janus.
initiative for the hawk.
Janus, you're up.
You're up.
Mesh wakes
Yep.
you up.
Pretty
Oh,
uneventful.
I'll just give him a fist
Janus,
bump.
give me
Get
a
some rest. Oh, Rage Mother, help us all. Just kind of like look over at Goldy to see, or Renok to see if there's any noticeable rage effects from the red moon. I'm gonna post up next to him just to be
I
extra
assume
vigilant.
I'm having a...
Why don't you give me maybe an Arcana check? Arcana or Nature, I think either work, to try to check what's going on with Goldy amidst the harvest moon.
No,
Goldy's dead,
9.
to be fair.
That die's getting banished.
How are you speaking to us then?
All right, I'll just do my perception check, I'm
You
guessing,
will.
afterwards.
Yes, you need the perception check. The king.
I'm not here.
Perception, not bad, is 19.
Wow.
That's good.
Alright. You're kind of doing laps around the camp, taking passes past Renok, checking that his breathing is regular and everything seems up to your standards. Nothing is too surprising with Goldy. You're checking for signs of strange energies, and nothing is really setting off any of your alarm bells there. Around the camp, you are kind of walking around the perimeter of this area that you've set up in, walking in and out of the trees at the edge of the camp. Uneventful. It seems to be calm night as well. It is getting close to the wee hours of the morning now. The third and final shift is up. Who do you wake up?
I will wake up Maefyre.
Yeah,
Am I a joke to you?
I guess.
Maefyre, you're stirred awake.
Hey, the big one looks like he's sleeping
Hello.
too well, so I'm gonna put that trust in you and let him rest.
The animals will be gone by now.
Fair
I'm
enough.
actually not sure if Camilla was serious, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. Nothing
Okay,
happened
let's
between
do
Mesh
the-
and I, so good luck.
Okay, where's Daisy?
Give her a little fist bump and then turn in.
Maefyre, I need a perception check.
Okie dokie. 1 second. Oh, I get advantage in perception. Let's go. What did I get? Wait. Hang on. Why doesn't it pop up for me?
We can
Can you
tell
see
you.
it?
It's a
Can you see
16.
it?
How do you get
16.
advantage?
Okay, yeah.
It's her
So
shield.
I get
Ah.
advantage on the yeah, because it's the shield.
You should
does,
have been
alright?
looking out more.
Leave it at that.
Why do you think I didn't wake up Renok?
I do look out.
I have a plus. It
2.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
I got +3 and advantage, but yeah. Anyway,
+4.
yeah. So 16.
So the total was 16.
Yeah.
So we had a 19, a 16, and who was what was Mesh's first one?
14.
14. Maefyre, the reddish moon begins to fade as the sun starts to rise, and your little patch of light becomes normal colored once more. As the tones shift, you're comparing notes with Janus before you, and
I'll point
it
out
suddenly becomes apparent
which
that
direction the large tree was after I pick up.
it suddenly becomes apparent that something was watching you all night.
What?
A presence is felt from all of you, and then Mesh, adding your notes and your direction of the tree now very accurately plotted, you were being watched from someplace close to the tree.
Guess it would make sense if there are people there. They
But
probably want to
the
make sure that
morning
everything's
calm.
kosher.
The morning is calm and everyone begins to stir awake. You guys can mark off a long rest if it's necessary, but the day is yours once more, with a direction now plotted firmly towards the base of the tree.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so I'll tell you when I feel like that there was something watching us. They didn't do anything, but they were just watching. But watching for what? I don't know. But,
I mean, if
they were
they're
watching us all night.
if it's an animal, it makes sense, and if it was a person, it also makes sense. If they're people at the place we're trying to go to, and that's the direction that we think that we were being watched by.
Janus, you're going through your memories of your watch as well, checking the magical energies. There were magical energies at play here that you could probably attribute to being watched magically.
Now that I
So
think
we-
about this, Maefyre may not have been necessarily the people or things that are at the tree, but it could be something else watching us using that direction with our arcane methods. So like magic spells or magical items or whatever. They probably could have been watching us in a different way. Not that we could do anything about it.
At a distance,
Yeah.
remotely.
Yeah. I mean, we really
If it's
didn't have...
druids, they could just be in animal form, honestly. We
Well,
wouldn't
there's
know.
that. It could also just be like a scrying spell or some invisible
Yeah.
sensor that they could monitor our position, or they could literally have like a familiar similar to Grimm's to watch us. But
Chef, do we know if it was a humanoid or an animal?
I'm sorry, what was the question, Maefyre?
Do we know whether the thing watching us was humanoid or animal?
No.
No.
Could we examine the general location we think it was watching us to see if there's any kind of tracks or anything left behind?
Looking for something physical?
I'm thinking, yeah, maybe even like residue, anything that's out of the ordinary.
Give me a survival check to kind of look around the area.
Okay. Ah, shit, I got a 5.
You look in the direction of the tree for a little bit, wander around from camp, kind of eating a sausage for breakfast. You don't find anything.
Where'd the sausage come from?
I don't know, and I don't care. I have a sausage.
I would be remiss if Grim didn't comment that it was a dirt sausage.
How delicious is it? Not that it's important.
Pretty good.
Cool.
It is important. Why do only you have a sausage? What about the rest of us?
I paid him 5 gold, I assume.
Are you ready to head back into the forest, into the deeper, darker, swampier bits?
Yes.
The party kind of packs up camp. Mesh puts his ring back on. Others put their bedrolls in their packs and head out. The ground becomes damp again. Each step is kind of doing that, kind of suckling at every single boot step. It gets darker, damper again, and the area begins to be overrun with thorns and choking vines. The trees become a bit more bare as you realize you're now under the canopy of the much larger tree that is a much higher but equally as blackening ceiling above you. The grotto emerges ahead of you, where at the center is just a massive tree trunk, and then all swamp all underneath it seems. But through the grotto, it seems like there is a path made of haphazardly placed planks that are kind of nailed together on runners that kind of try to sit on some of the drier patches. So the path doesn't go directly straight towards the base of the tree. It kind of meanders a little bit through a few different trees. But this path leads towards a hut. And from a distance, you can see that on the porch of the hut there is an old, ancient-looking figure with spindly gray hair smoking a pipe. And she's rocking softly in a chair, listening intently to a young woman who's in front of her. Some distance behind the pair, seemingly kind of waiting in line or something, is Pepper.
Oh.
And he's kind of trying to listen in on the conversation going on in front of him, but is kind of keeping a respectful distance. So he kind of, does that, leans forward and leans back. He's rocking back and forth.
How did Pepper get here? Didn't we leave him at the pirate camp?
Yeah, we did. I'm quite surprised he's here, to be honest with you.
He is more than we think he is.
Yeah.
He said he was going to settle at the pirate camp.
Not even that, but in terms of time frame.
Well, yeah, time as well. How did he get ahead of us?
I mean, sorry, out of character, just speaking out loud.
I mean, I guess we was in Barovia for what? I don't know how long we was in Barovia.
Not that long.
We can go up there and ask him what he's doing here, but we have to walk over.
Yeah, let's go and say hi to him.
Mm-hmm.
You walk down this path, and you can tell that on either side of you is now deepening muck. Probably would be up to your knees. Maefyre probably up to your hips. And probably even deeper places than that if you guessed the wrong location. But the boardwalk, this little plank walk, is somewhat secure and durable. The water isn't moving at all. It's very stagnant and dense. Any kind of pieces of land that are sticking up that are drier, covered in thorny bushes that look unpleasant. And then vines and weeds kind of grow out and are grasping at this plank bridge wherever they can. You walk up to Pepper and he just, oh, hello there.
Well,
Pepper,
travel.
how and why?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in line to talk to the wonderful young lady in the chair over there.
What?
Young
And who's the
lady,
lady in the chair?
can we see her? Is she nearby?
Yeah, she's right over there. She's just the lady of the forest.
Lady of
What does she look like?
She helps with things, so.
Did you come here specifically to see her?
What? Sorry, what?
Did you come here specifically to see her?
Yeah. Why else would you come way out here? It's a
How did you
very
get out here?
dark and lonely. I walked here.
How long
How
did
else
it
do you
take
get
you to get
anywhere?
here?
Hold on, how did you? I mean, we kind of
I don't know.
took a faster method to get here, and you were still here before us.
How long was that, Pepper?
I don't know.
Does he look visibly older?
Older.
Give me a perception check.
Can I help with that, please?
Natural 20.
Never mind. don't need it.
24.
I'll just shut up.
This isn't Pepper.
Oh, what?
He's not referring him to the self in the first person as he normally does.
Yeah.
Does he seem to be magically augmented? Like disguise self or alter self as like a third hag
Yes.
in a trio? Okay.
I'm assuming just Janus figured out. The rest of us haven't yet.
I'm gonna pull out my notebook, or actually I'm gonna turn off.
You were helping.
I'll turn over my map as I'm like looking. I like just pull up my map as like habit. It's like just trying to like get my bearings, looking confused, and turn it over as I'm looking at Pepper, and I just write something down, and I'm like, I just like tap Renok and tap at the page corner of the map that says that ain't Pepper. That's a third person. I think it's a witch, or I think it's a third hag disguised.
I'm just gonna look at it, and I'm not gonna make any more motions. I'm just gonna. Oh, I see.
Hey, Maefyre, I think
Yeah.
this is the place on the map here. Could you and Mesh and Camilla come over here for a second? I'm gonna show you where I think we're at on the map. I'll be
Sure,
right with
okay.
it, right back.
Yeah,
Pepper,
that's
sorry.
fine.
And I'm gonna just
I'll
share the info that
the
way.
other thing that you did, Janus, with your 20 and Renok helping as well. Renok, you picked up on the same information as Janus here, but you pick up on there are 2 rocking chairs on the porch. The one that the lady in, she's rocking comfortably, but the other rocking chair is also rocking comfortably.
Could you describe what the lady rocking looks like?
Gray, spindly hair, smoking a ancient pipe.
Okay.
I'm gonna step in front of Janus, so at least Pepper will not really bothered with them. I'm just gonna go engage in conversation. So, did you try out the food at that chef? What was his name?
No, I didn't. I had to go.
Ugh, lucky you. I mean, the food's great, but he keeps making you want to eat more.
I'm just like,
I've heard that.
Well, still, you should try it once.
Do you guys want to cut me in line? My matter's not too urgent, but you guys can go in front of me if you would like.
I'm waiting for Janus to give me any kind of signal.
I'm just making
standing in
sure
front of
that
everyone.
he's buying me enough time to distribute the information to our companions.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, I'm gonna motion to Mesh and be like, Mesh, I think you're gonna probably need to take point here. I don't have good people skills here. I just can tell if that something's wrong.
So you guys shared it with us?
I'm basically
Goldy
using the
shared it with
map
us?
and showing you guys like the map, but I wrote a memo in the corner to tell you all the info that I got. That's
Okay.
probably 3 hags. One's in disguise as Pepper. I think that the second one is the woman is actually not there, and the third one is in the rocking chair. That's invisible. Just a theory. So that's my current theory. But
The last thing that I'll
that's
give you with your 20 perception here is the young woman does seem to be real, and she's
Okay.
sobbing and trying to form coherent sentences talking to the old lady. And
Look at you.
Pepper tries to push past you and say, go ahead. You guys go ahead. Go ahead in front of me. And he's trying to fiddle his way through the party to the back.
I
Can I
think he
cast
was
the
here.
invisibility?
way ahead of us, so...
Sorry, what, Chamilla, what are you trying to do?
I'm casting, when I read what's on the paper that, Renok, or not Renok, what, Janus had written down, I'm gonna cast the invisibility.
Okay.
Also, when
I will tell you what you see.
when
There's a
Pepper
private message.
when Pepper tries to actually push past, I'm going to be resistant and say, no, wait, hold on, let them get their bearings first. We were a little bit lost. And just not allow her to get...
Physically stop Pepper from moving behind you. Yeah.
Just wait, please. Just let them deal with it. They're much better navigators
We
than
don't
I
even
am.
know where we're going yet, let alone, having
You're the
you
old
can say
adage,
where you're at. We're not
yeah. Where are
going
we coming
forward or
from? Where
sideways.
do we go? We don't know.
Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm not letting this version of
Yeah.
Pepper pass, period. But I'm trying to be like, oh, whoa, what's your rush, fella? Kind of situation.
And that's about the time where I think we should go to a new map.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Man, there's gonna be a giant, like, dinosaur, dragon, whatever the heck, just waiting for us.
Let me try. I might take you to a few different maps because I have to scroll to this one, and it's at the bottom.
Horrors
So
await us.
ignore the few that I go to in between here and there.
Oh no, we're back at the camp. It's worse than I thought.
Okay, it's now frozen.
Not that cooking again.
What's the above table? What's the exact thing we want from here? We're trying to figure out why they did the deal with.
Basically
Why
trying
they
to get
broke
more
the
information
deal.
about Vraskantos's awry deal, yeah.
Yeah, why they broke the deal with Rask and
What the
If they
deal
get-
was.
yeah.
So we're not trying to fight per se, but we're not gonna let them get the upper hand either.
Well, we're trying to
Weird.
not leave or do anything untoward is basically the better way of saying it. We're just trying to have a decent conversation with some very creepy people.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, we have to tread carefully.
Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh God, we're back in. Oh no, the famine.
There we go. That's the right map.
Very nice.
Okay.
And you guys are a little bit
Okay.
closer to Pepper.
Let's have a look here.
I assume I'm up front, so I'll be here, I guess.
So we're actually already on the plank. What is this called?
Yeah,
Plank.
there's no other way to get to.
Okay. And this is a
Can't-
building. This building
White.
in front of a
There
tree.
you go.
There's the trees. The big tree is behind this building, right?
The big tree is pretty much going out of the back of this building like a giant chimney.
Okay. So I'm here at the rear. Janus has got the information to us about about that Pepper is not who he appears. So,
But as-
what we
As you
gonna
get closer, you do realize that the younger lady is actually very clearly pregnant. And again, verge of tears, crying. She's finally put herself a little bit together, and as you move closer, you can hear, "There's no more food in the city, and we were already struggling. Now my husband is missing. He lured away some wolves from our camp last night and said he would be right behind me, but he's still gone. The baby is coming soon, but it stopped kicking and something is wrong, and I don't know what to do." She sobs and is breaking down, and the old lady comforts her. There, child, worry not. We have plenty of food for you and the child. We just need a small token in exchange. Anything. I'll do anything. For your husband, just give us your hand to see the ring he proposed with, and we'll have him here in a jiffy. We have so much food back in the hut, you might mistake your husband for a piggy after you're finished eating. And for the baby, we must act quickly and get it out of you. We will take the child and ensure it's able to run and play in the forest like any other young sprite. Do you agree to our terms?
Oh.
The visage of the old lady turns from charming to a very resolute, expressionless mask. Oh yes, absolutely anything. Please hurry, my husband might be hurt. And she
Inside the
stifles a
shack.
sob and wipes away some of the tears with a glimmer of hope emerging.
Inside check if this is an act by the pregnant lady and she's also a hag. Or maybe perception.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know.
give me an insight. You can try to check if she's lying, but
6 plus 5, 11.
6 plus 5, 11.
Yeah.
She seems real. Seems very pregnant.
Excuse me, are you pregnant? Preguntus?
Well, if I'm convinced, whatever.
Excuse me. You just call me fat.
So,
No, Pepper, please. You are first. You should do what you came here for. It's okay. We can wait.
Pepper kind of stops pushing against you and looks at you warily, but he's done for now. The grotto kind of goes silent, and all of the crickets and chirps, or crickets and other insects and all the other wilderness noises pause for a moment, and the old lady says once more, "A bargain has been struck." And there's a heavy aura of magic that kind of washes over everything. Your hand for your husband, she says, extending a bony hand to the young lady, who places her own hand, showing her wedding bands and the old lady's. Crack of magic, and the young lady pulls back her hand in shock, now bony and withered. What? She stammers, looking confused between her hand and the old lady, before a man stumbles out of the brush on the side of the clearing. Immediately recognizing his wife, he calls out. The young lady, still engulfed in confusion, looks from her hand to her husband, still fumbling for words. The old lady steps in. Now the little piggies can eat all the food they want. And her gaze snaps towards the husband, who freezes in her tracks and clenches his stomach, doubling over before falling to his knees. His head just a few inches above the muck, he rolls to his side and submerges himself completely. A hand shoots out of the muck, trying to get back to his feet, but the hand morphs in front of you into a soft pink hoof.
wait,
He
what?
reemerges for a moment, staring at his hand, confused, before falling back again. And a second later, a plump pink pig rights itself and squeals, and begins to try to force its way through the water towards the house. The old lady continues mercilessly uninterrupted. Last of all, we will take the child and give it a nice long life as a forest sprite. The young lady is now screaming in horror.
I think this is the time
Chef.
we interrupt.
Yeah, like,
Chef,
can we
hang
step
on.
in
Hang on.
when all this is going on?
This is
Are we
this
just
is also
standing there?
Cari's like number one no-go, his transformation.
Is that why she left?
Yeah.
What, transforming into a pig?
Anything
will.
that's like transformation against your will is like, no, Cari can't deal with that.
She okay?
I'm sorry, we can cut out the middle husband transformation. That doesn't happen.
Rob, is she okay?
Why don't we take a break and then come back in a second?
Okay.
See if the party wants to intervene at this point. We'll come back in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She just woke up earlier. I saw it coming. I didn't say nothing.
Wake me up in 5 minutes.
Sarah of Ramadan.
It's the last day, man. I'm pooped out. I need my coffee.
This is probably not a good time to just say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We're gonna start mixing and matching because I got a bunch of rare Pokemon for you, and people are wanting them, so we got to do it.
Mm.
How you doing, Jodie? Jodie's not here. Oh, chap, I guess I'm the only one active right now. How y'all doing, huh? Having a good time? Yeah? Or four of you? Oh. I got nothing.
I believe there's a championship happening in Australia or something.
A what?
Pokemon championship happening in Australia
Ooh.
or something. Forget where exactly.
Mumbai has an event going on right now. Get this Sari and the Korta Pikachus.
I'm surprised they're not sending out invites also.
Because it's in person only.
Oh.
We don't get it. It's sad. Next Sunday we got Tyro Hatch Day. We'll finally get that done.
I don't need the fox, by the way. If you're keeping the fox, you can give it.
Where'd you get it? Did you trade?
It was down the road.
Oh, lucky. Actually, I got one. I would like the other. How about this? Do you have foxes still?
Probably less than 20, but yeah.
Good, because I don't need the centipede anymore. The Sizzipede? You know the one we just got in this event?
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 hundos.
Nice. I have 3 total.
Okay, so dude, the weather's been so fantastic. I've just been fantastic. I've been going out, and they were primarily catch 25 or do a raid. And
I got 3 of them, and that's all I got.
Mate, it's so good. The second one I got was from South Woodford. After I went to see my brother, I just walked down to where actually an old friend used to live, just to grab a couple more. Sat on the bus. Not the bus stop, excuse me. There it is. Second hundo. I was done. So happy. So happy. But yeah, Ricky immediately wanted to do them, but I'm like, rare stuff, please. That'd be good. Honestly, to God, we need to mix and match, because right now you have You have 250, possibly 270 free mons. You gotta take those, man, because I'm running out of space.
You can
And
get
we
rid
gotta
of.
mix and match.
What are there? Are they costumes or non-costumes?
Well, Pikachu is taking up a slot. Let me check.
If it's non-costumes, you can get rid of some stuff. I'm not too that aggressive with my stuff.
Well, it's not like I don't have to get rid of them right now, but I would like to do trades.
Yeah, I'll work on a list, I guess.
I mean, maybe it's why I haven't actually said anything in the last it was because of this. So now you're
Mesh, can you check messages?
Yeah.
Now you're up and running. Maybe it'd be grand. You can get on with it. Do those trades. You know what? Oh my god. Mesh got 321. And oh wait, you don't need nick it, so I can remove that now. Mesh, you know how many nick it I've got on this account? 92.
Yeah, they can go to Ricky or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay, now you're back to 229. So we got the Turtonators. One Persimmon, couple of Mime Foos, a number of Cud Chews. Do you still need that? Archon, but I know Archon is also something that Abdul wants as well. 2 Carablas, Costume Courtney, Female Burmese, Mantike, Sneasel Costume, Pikachu Costumes, and a few bits and bobs which shouldn't be here. Bidoof, Azrael, and Elekid. You shoot, which ones do you not want one of those? I think it's Azrael you don't need.
Back now.
Rob, how's Cari?
She's waiting for her tea. She's okay right now.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Where's Mesh's
You have some
list?
Okay. You can have. I'm okay. I'm not gonna have it.
Right, you need Bidoof.
Good dove.
Yeah, I'm just going through Mesh's old list. I'm scared if I start talking to him, he'll start yelling at me because I don't remember his mons that he wants.
How dare you?
You've done it several times, sir.
This is why you
know,
keep
I'll
a
just
list
say
and update it.
I do, and he doesn't check it.
I do check. Do you know what he does? He fuses every different kind of list into one list and goes like, those zeros means that I want them, but every time I have to go through them, I have to like separate your list, man. They're fused. They're for you. They're designed for you to understand, not for anyone else.
No, they're literally for you. You need something, you go alphabetically. Sorry, Pokedex order.
If I have to dig through information that hard, simplify it.
No. You look at, okay, does he need this? Is it in the list? Done. That's all you need to check. You are going by it's the thought process you're going by, right? If you're going by, does he have this? Then you look at the numbers. That's the problem. You're looking for have. Do I have this? I'm giving you what I want, not what I have.
I don't see a man type on this. Alright, you're down to 222. And of those 222, 138 are costumes. We're gonna have to trade soon.
Where is my phone?
But sincerely, like the ones that you don't want to trade, meanwhile I have my ones that are super rare that you need. We're gonna mix and match those. We're well past.
Example.
All right, let's see what you got.
Like, a lot of them are green deer, for example. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do for this.
White vasculine? Definitely no.
The scatterbugs
Yeah, that's
are
fine.
the easiest ones to go for.
Okay. You good.
Amora, Passimian, you don't need those.
Okay, admittedly, on the list you've sent before, there's a lot of stuff that I don't need because you've traded it over. There was stuff in the past, okay?
Rob, I might need your help.
You can't open it.
No.
She has the weakest hands on the earth.
More Pecco.
It is hard to get a grip on small things like that, though.
But then again, I knew that. I understand you want to give it. You know what? Later.
I've got superhuman strength for.
No,
Figure this
Cari
out
is just
later.
that weak. Look at those pencils.
Yeah, but hand grip is like.
I don't have the strongest hands. You can ask Cari, because there's a couple of times when I haven't been able to open like a jalapeno jar. Like they're really hard. Some of them have been pretty tough for me to open. But Cari's like opening of that and the opening of the jalapeno jar are the same. So
The quick solution for something like that, leave it over the stove. Leave it over the stove for like 2 seconds.
The stove? That sounds
we have an
dangerous.
electric stove, so it doesn't
That's
work.
not dangerous.
Ah, shit.
We would probably have to turn the toaster
I mean,
on.
you could make physical contact with the surface. Like
There's a couple tricks where you can pop the bottom like with your hand a couple times, and then you squeeze the lid like this, and it's supposed to pop the tab, and then you can open it. But I don't think that the jalapeno cans are the same as the glass bottles are the same as the pickle
Depends on the
jars.
country, maybe.
Yeah.
I found the tapping method does work as well. You know, when you tap the top of the lid and then boom, boom.
Well,
'Cause
another
oh,
reason why this is really hard for me to open is because I have a very, very weak grip, and on top of that, the ridges hurt my hands.
The ridges are also small on those,
So-
and Cari's got like OCD hand washing, so like her hands are very slimy, I guess is a better way of saying
I
it,
do
but
have very
like,
wet,
they're
clammy
very
hands.
like soft and slippery
Which
hands, so like she doesn't have
Comes
any
in handy
grip.
when you're opening bags.
Yeah, like I literally
Well,
can't
comes together
open
time to
any of
open
the garbage
bags.
bags because they're stuck together in the plastic. So you know how like people like lick their fingers, like turn the page, or like lick their fingers to kind of like separate
I don't have
plastic
to do
bags.
that.
Cari literally just goes like,
So what you're telling me is that you're secretly a frog.
she's part gecko.
I have been told that my hands feel like cold dead fish before.
Gecko.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on the season,
But
they're
I've
cold and
opened-
dead, or
I've-
they're warm
I've
and
helped
dead.
Some old ladies in the store, and I've been proud of myself. You know, they're trying to open the little baggies to put their stuff in. It doesn't work. I'm like, here you go.
See the video of the woman who's like, there's a guy trying to grab like a corner of the cob, and just the woman taps his hand because he's not doing it right. Just grabs it, jams in like I think it's like a chopstick.
Korean girl, right?
Was it Korean? Okay, yeah.
Uh huh.
Just
Yeah.
tosses it to him, gives him a wink, smile. Like,
She's like.
what a woman.
Right, are you guys ready to retcon?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to go back 2 steps.
Fuck that one up.
We talked young lady is in distress. And around now, I think it'll be the right time for the party to intervene.
All
So-
right. How
are you going to stop this?
can you describe the space we're in? Are they on the porch and talking about this?
I think they're actually on the map. There's
Yeah, but
the old
if-
lady on the right side of the porch. It's kind of the porch is kind of that first
Okay, and
like
she's
dump of the
yeah.
building.
the
then-
pregnant one is on the blank walk at the edge.
Yes,
Okay.
the old lady is the one with the pipe.
And we only
Oh.
approach single file.
Hold on.
This is icky, right? So we can walk off the edge, but we'll get like you might sink into a hole.
No.
Hold on. You need help finding your husband, ma'am.
Oh yes, anything would help so much. Thank you.
Can you point us where you last saw him, where he went off?
We were. Our camp was to the west. I can show you right now. And she begins to move. But Pepper blocks her way, and Pepper is like basically foaming at the mouth at this point. Like, no, 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 no. You must make a deal.
Excuse me, Pepper?
I
You
don't
made
think
your
this lady needs to make a deal with you.
Oh, but she must.
You don't want to make a deal with these people, believe me. Just open your eyes for a couple of seconds. This is not safe for you or your baby. Not to mention there's somebody hidden right behind you over there.
Yeah, we can help you find your husband.
Oh, clever girl.
Of course I am. Not as clever as I am beautiful, of course, but
If you let this woman go, would you like to have a discussion with us?
If you're going to handle the husband issue, then I suppose we can make a deal. Now, as it seems, the husband is in a rather dire situation, so...
Was that your
should we
doing?
intend to deal with that? Of course not.
that's a good question.
The forest is... wild.
Inside check.
This is true, it is wild.
Yeah, go ahead. Check if this is the old lady on the rocker talking.
No idea. 9.
What was the result?
9.
9?
Yeah.
9.
Her words ring with untruths, but the parts seem true about the husband. But it is weird that they know that they're not involved in the husband or something. So there's something weird there, but you can't piece quite together what's going on. Now, it would be rude to set up scenarios that must be bargained out of. That's a cheap trick. We are anything but cheap.
Oh, shoot.
If you want to make a deal with us, help the old lady, or help the young woman first find her husband.
Why aren't you helping her find her husband?
We've offered her a deal, but you interrupted.
Deal is helping.
Well, that deal didn't seem very favourable
like-
to this young woman.
Look around for him.
You take her hand just to help her. That's a trade, not a deal.
Have we seen that? That's not okay.
A bargain. It is a exchange of goods and services, my dear boy.
Am I or I
Well-
don't know about anyone else familiar with this type of deals that they're talking about? I mean, I guess like we had the Ratman thing.
We did some sort of history check on hags back when we were at the windmill.
I was about to say, it's gonna be
What did you call me? Did you call me?
That was
a
Cari.
hack?
That was Cari outside a game.
We should call them hags anyway.
Do I
You hag.
do I notice any of them looking at mesh in any which way?
Nothing particular about Mesh.
Okay.
I would like to have Janus just be paying attention to anything else that's not like verbal communications at the moment, like trying to see if there's other influences going around us and kind of like looking for options. I guess it's a bit vague.
One of the more subtle things going on is the bargain that they're already trying to enter with you is you go and help the lady, and then they will make a bargain with you. So,
With us?
yeah.
Why would we need to make a bargain
could be
with you
bad.
if we're helping her?
Well, that's their bargain. They're still trying to play you, Janus.
Yeah, they're
If you
trying to.
decide to go and help this lady, you then might need to enter a bargain if you don't choose your words carefully.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
guys
why he
okay
stopped
with us
talking.
Just jumping the gun
What do you
and
mean?
doing something.
Doing what?
Do you want to talk or fight?
We need
I'd rather
information. It's
talk
more
our way out
important.
of it. I don't want this woman to get hurt.
Information is more important than making things right at this point.
Okay.
Can I talk to you guys?
By the
Bargain
way,
doesn't
I
have to be-
appoint to Maefyre, who's next to me,
Yeah.
and Grim, who's not here, where the invisible lady is.
Okay. In
Just
Sarah.
Keep in mind that, like, I'm gonna whisper to Mesh. It's like, keep in mind, not only what we do, but what we say as well are gonna be bargain chips. So we have to be very careful of what we do after what we say.
We will. How do we navigate this without?
So is it a deal? You help the young lady and we make a deal?
No, we can help the young lady
No.
without involving you. We don't need a third party.
We don't need
Lady.
your
I don't need-
permission
yeah.
to help her, do we?
Both Pepper and the lady on this chair both kind of hiss at you. It's like disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Altered.
Pepper,
The
you
only
seem
reason we
really-
would need permission to help her is you are involved in her problems, are you?
Are you? Are you trying to stop us helping her?
What would you give for that information?
It's not worth anything. Let's just go and find this woman's husband. I've had enough of this. When messing around with you, just talking in riddles.
Where did you
Go
go
then.
see your husband?
Shores, where you lost him.
The woods to the west. We followed a kind of a path here, but it got lost, and we were off it for a day or two, trying to find our way here.
Let's go and see.
She squeezes past Pepper, who was pretty much squared up against you, kind of like in a hunched over like posture, arms akimbo, but Pepper retreats to the porch past the old lady, and she is up now to Renok. The two people on the porch are staring at you, and the third is staring at Chamilla still. Should we go then? We might be able to find him to the west, along the path.
Time might be of the essence. Let's go.
And at that, I think we'll have to call it a session. I know it's a little bit of a shorter one, but we need to get going out of the hotel room and some other stuff. So
Sounds
we'll
good.
pick it up there next time as you're chasing down the white woman's husband along the path. So peace.
No worries.
Okey-dokey.
Thank you very much.
Together, chef.
And running out of a hotel room. Appreciate it.
When you're on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna
Thank
do it
you.
for the stream as well, folks. Hope you guys have a good time. I'm still in the process of getting this stuff to YouTube, but I don't have a release schedule set up. That'll be my project tomorrow. I've been playing too much Monster Hunter today. Smile. So, you guys take care. Bye, everybody.